channel Reclaiming Jen, where moms can take a break from the busy mom life and focus on their own needs, wants, and goals. On my channel, I talk about online teaching and how you can work from home too. I've been teaching online for 2 years, and in that time I have learned a lot about the opportunities that there are for online teaching. So if that's interesting to you and you're thinking about a side gig, or maybe you want to transition to working online from home, I've got a lot of information that I've compiled in 2 years to help you do that. If you have seen my channel before and you have not subscribed yet, please take a moment to press the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss notifications as to when I upload a new video each week. All right, enough of that rigmarole. Today's video is an interesting question. Sit or stand while you teach online? I want to tell you about my experience with this debate. And maybe it's not really a debate, but I know that I began sitting to teach. I didn't think anything of it. So when I started teaching online, I definitely wanted to sit. There was no doubt about it. So I made sure that I had a desk and a decent chair, which I needed to change from fairly quickly because it became uncomfortable. But I probably taught most of my first year sitting. And then, I started getting pain and discomfort in my back. My lower back, which I've never had trouble with before, started to affect me. And I had to decide what I was going to do. I'm a regular visitor to the chiropractor, but this wasn't doing it. That wasn't helping the situation. So I knew that I needed to make a change in the way that I was teaching. So I started to plan how I was going to stand to teach. And to be honest, it did take some planning because, as you can see, my background for teaching is at the height for teaching standing up. And so my original background was lower, so I really couldn't stand to teach because my background looked bad, right? So I had to plan a new background or move it, right? I had to move the background so that it would fit with me in the camera view. And so there was some planning involved. I had to figure out what I was going to do with my ring light. And I actually think at the time I was using a lamp. So if you're starting out teaching, you don't need to have a ring light. I taught with a lamp for a long time. I took the shade off of the lamp and I just used the bulb. And then eventually I put some parchment around the bulb so that it wouldn't burn, and so I didn't use like tissue paper. And then I used that. I just paper clipped it around the bulb, and so it's just softened the light so it wasn't hurting my eyes as much. But I think that was before I started making YouTube videos. And then I upgraded to my first ring light. So I'm going to talk more about my evolution from sitting to standing and where I am now. So once I decided, yes, I need to stand to teach and I need to walk a little more often too and get my exercise in and do some stretches to help with the lower back area that I've never experienced pain and discomfort in before. So I had a lot of things I needed to change. So not only that, I needed to figure out how to raise my computer, and I didn't want to invest in a laptop stand or a new desk because I wasn't sure how I was going to like standing to teach. So I ended up using a Rubbermaid container, a bin, and I turned it upside down and I put my laptop on top. I made sure I put something in between the two so it didn't slide off because that would be a disaster, right? We all depend on our laptops to teach. And I made sure that my webcam was at the right level. And if you are established in your online teaching business and you are considering an external webcam, well, I've got a great one in the description of the video too that I love, and actually I can attest to the quality of this camera in that I bought the cheaper model first. My camera is a Logitech, and I got the lower level before that. I think it was the C270. and I brought it home and I tried it, and it just wasn't great quality when you're holding things up close to the camera, or with the zoom and the focusing. I really needed that portion of the camera to do its job. And now I will tell you that this camera is not perfect, because you can hold your phone up for Stars to Apples. If you're new, Stars to Apples is a digital prop or a digital reward system, and I hold my phone up to the camera, and then if I pull it away too quickly, which is almost all the time, it doesn't always correct the focus. And so I'm trying to get better at moving the prop back slowly so that it will focus, but I just turn off my camera momentarily and turn it back on and it will refocus. So yes, there's probably room for a better camera, an upgrade to this camera to allow for it to focus again when you're holding your props up, when you've got your crocodile dentist and you want the student to see the numbers on the teeth. It's important for the camera to be able to zoom in. So that link is in my description as well. And so is the Mr. Crocodile if you need that. All right, back to the topic at hand, standing or sitting. I got the bin. I made sure it was the right size. Of course, you could always put books or something on top to make sure it's at the right level for you. And I started wearing running shoes. So I just really wanted to help my body heal as best as it can. And so I wore shoes while I was teaching. I tried to remember to stretch in between classes, or some knee bends or some toe races, something in between just to stretch. And then when my class is done, I would move off camera and just try to stretch my back out a little bit, right? So let me know in the comments if you've had some health issues regarding teaching online, staying home, sitting for 3 hours a day is what I was teaching, 6 classes. And I was using a card table chair, a folding chair with a pillow on top. That's what my chair still is. So that's the chair I use currently. What do you mean currently, Jen? I thought you were standing to teach. Hold on, wait for that. So in the meantime, I have upgraded to not a table that raises up by itself like teacher Alejandra. She has a great video about the automatic standing desks, and it's definitely a goal for me to have that desk because it looks really awesome. So if you want more information about that, teacher Alejandra's channel, Alejandra Londano, and you can check out that video about her recommendation for that standing desk. So I do not have that standing desk, but I do have a laptop stand, which I love. I got it off of Amazon. And this is what I upgraded to after I got rid of the bin. And the problem with the bin was that it took up a lot of space on my desk, and so my props were kind of all squished. And the laptop stand that I'll show you there's room underneath of it to put your props or your coffee or whatever you need there. So it's opened up a lot of space. And now that I have gotten a light, my ring light is standing on the ground. I no longer have my crazy, oh my gosh, I'll show you what I had before. I'm holding my ridiculous first ring light, but it was a disc golf toy. And where you throw in the disc, the goal. That's what I had. It was a plastic goal, and I stuck the 3 legs of the ring light into it. It was quite the setup. So it is always fun when you can afford to invest in something that works a little bit better. Now, how is this working better for me? I want you to know what's happening now. But wait, before I tell you what's happening now, I want you to know about my health while I was standing. How did the standing work out for me, teaching 6 classes, 3 hours a day? Well, one issue turned into another issue, and I was finding that I was getting a lot of swelling in my lower legs. And so I would have puffy ankles and puffy calves, and it would be uncomfortable when I went to bed. And I was like, what is happening here? Because of course I still feel like I'm in my 20s, but in reality I'm almost 44 this month. And so it was becoming an issue. And I just kind of didn't really relate it to teaching standing up for quite some time, because I thought it's healthier to stand to teach. It's you know, it's good for your body to be standing more rather than sitting, right? Well, the last few months I've been doing an experiment wherein I am teaching some classes standing and some classes sitting. And can I just tell you that it has made a world of difference for my back. I don't have any lower back issues, and my swollen calves and ankles. So it was creating a problem for me. So that's the news now, guys, is I try to look at my classes, and I try to stand for my level 1 and 2 classes, because you know, you're doing lots of TPR and you're getting your props out. That was another thing when I sat to teach. My rack of props is here. I know you can't see it right now, and I had it on the ground underneath my desk. So when you stand to teach, you can't be doing this and getting your props out, and then you can't leave them there. And when you're sitting trying to get your props, so it was a bit of an adjustment to change my classroom around from sitting to standing. And even still, now that I'm telling you that I sit to teach some of my classes and stand to teach the others, of course I'm using more props for the younger kids, so I am standing. I haven't moved my props from this area, but sometimes for the older kids I still need a prop or two to help them with understanding. So I'll just pull the whole drawer out and put it on the desk right during class, because sometimes you can't predict what prop you're going to need during the class. And then I can pull from the what's it called? The drawer. I just pull what I need from the drawer because I can't see it when I'm sitting down. Anyway, so it's definitely an adjustment, but I am so seeing the results of this change that I'm making to sit for part of my classes in the morning and stand for the others. And with my ring light, I'm going to show you just how easy it is for me to switch, and my laptop stand. So let's go ahead and show you my transition. I'll show you. I guess what I'll do is I'll explain it to you, because I don't want to move my camera, but you're going to move with the ring light in just a moment. So I can show you that my laptop is here, okay, and my stand is here. There's this awesome stand, right? There's the laptop stand. I hope you can see it. And then I just pop it on over here off camera, and I put my laptop down on the desk. Now this was the problem that I had in the past, was that my ring light, I didn't want to move it. It was such an intricate setup, and you know, if you touch it the wrong way, sometimes it even toppled over because it's top heavy and it's just made of this plastic that's cheap, and you know, it's a kid's game that I have. So it was always like, oh no, if I sit, like I have to move this lamp again, like I need to take, I can't wait for you to see what it is, but you have to take the 3 legs out and put it on there, because it just has, it's like this tall, right? These are how long the legs are. Anywho, but now with my thing, my ring light, I just open it up. Look at you. There we go. And I'm almost ready to sit to teach. The other thing I need to do before, and I can do this within like less than a minute, I have a standing mat, which has been great too. I actually got this one at Costco, but I do have a link for one similar on Amazon in my description. And I just toss that over there, pull out my chair that's tucked in, and I'm ready to teach. Isn't that cool? So I can do 2 classes I hope you can see me. I can do 2 classes standing from 6 to 7, and then I can just whoop, change it up and start teaching sitting. I can back it up. So it's pretty cool. And actually the background doesn't look too bad when I'm sitting, right? Anyway, guys, that's what happened to me when I transitioned from standing from sitting to standing and everywhere in between. And now I'm doing a combination of both. So I hope that's helpful for you. If you're deciding to stand, I'm definitely, let's transition back up. Wait for me. Just like that. So easy. I definitely prefer standing to teach, especially the little ones, and especially when you're like tired and you're not quite awake yet. It's really great to stand and get that energy. But today I was like one class of standing and then I was like, I need to sit. So anyway, that's my information about sitting and standing. Check out the description in the video for any links to these products that I'm talking about. And Reclaimers, thank you so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.